Each day, the average American watches over 4 hours of television. As a nation, that's over 1 billion hours a day. That's a lot of TV. These are the stories from one day in the life of one television station. All right, it's not a real television station, and these stories aren't totally real, but they're pretty close.
Leanne, we got the phone logs.
All right, what do we got?
Man wants extra set of eyes attached to abdomen.
Interesting.
More mother-daughter circus asked, yes. We get anywhere from 2,000 to 3,000 calls a day. And I mean, their stories range from my father is from Mars and my teacher thinks she's a Chihuahua. They're just a lot of different stories that people want to share with the public.
No. Joey Sellers shows are not soft. I don't care what you got, they're not soft, believe me. No, look, I'll take care of you. We'll take viewers. Yeah, right. Now, I don't like violence. I am not a violent man. I do not promote violence, but it happens. And I'm trying to, perhaps, bring people around to realize that violence is not the only way.
Maybe I shouldn't go through with this. I don't know, maybe I've been a little too demanding, just a little too demanding. Sure would be nice if we could patch things up.
My hamster controls my social life.
Oh, wow, that might work. I love my wife.
Boy.
Sleeper.
Oh, hold on, I got another call, okay? Yeah, Sellers here. No, look, we're gonna take care of it. You're gonna get the real Joey Sellers show, okay?
Sure would be nice if we could patch things up. I'd like that.
My poodle needs a makeover. I enjoy my job.
My office now. I just got off the phone with our affiliate in Birmingham, complaining about our soft shows. I've also heard from Cleveland, Cincinnati, Houston, and Reno complaining about our soft shows. Now, if they start losing viewers, they start losing advertising. And if they lose advertising, we lose affiliates. Joey Sellers shows are not soft. They are hard. They are edgy. So I want hard. And I want edge. I want violence. And if I don't get it, you're going to be working for the Animal Planets, and you're going to be covering wrestling.
Yeah,
Yes, Mr. Clark, I'm at the studio with your guest.
I'll be right there.
I love your offices.
Oh, thank you.
The limousine ride was so much fun. I've never been in a limousine
Good.
before.
Well, we wanted you to be comfortable.
Oh, I was comfortable. I was very comfortable. And you know what? On the way over here, I was just thinking that it would be so nice if Bo and I could kind of patch things up and get back together. And you know what? I thought it would be so romantic if we could do it live on TV on the Joey Sellers show.
Now, Elmira, let's not get too hasty. When Joey came in, he had this deep vision for his show of really wanting to create a platform for the common person to get out there and to share. And the people of society that we don't know about. He really wanted to let the public know who they are and what their stories were. And I kind of really got behind that passion and wanted to do that. So I worked my way up into the producing end of it.
One day a fight broke out, and our ratings went through the roof. So we decided right then and there that if we're going to generate the audiences that Joey Sellers' show deserves, we need to have more unique and unusual guests where violence may happen.
You've got to remember, Bo doesn't know what you're going to tell him today. I mean, he's going to come in, you don't know what reaction he's going to have, and you've got to be ready. You've got to stand up for who you are and let him know how you feel, because you just don't know how he's going to react.
That's
so
true.
You've got to be ready. So if Bo turns to you, you need to let him know that you're Elmira. Let him know, I am a woman. I am a strong woman. I am powerful.
By George, you're right. I am going to do that. You know what? Because he always gets his way with me. I always let him have his way.
And you can't let him do that. You want to let him know, I am Elmira. I'm a strong woman.
That's right, and I am too, because I've been working out.
Oh, you have?
See?
Wow, great. So you just flex those, let them know you've got the muscle to stand up to him.
That's right.
Right?
That's
so
right.
get in there, say, Bo, this is where I'm at. Don't be pushing me around. Let him know this is Elmira. You can't push me around anymore, Bo.
You know what, Mr. Clark? I'm gonna do that.
Great.
And it's about time,
Good.
ain't it?
Go.
I'm telling
Do
you
it.
what, it'll be great, won't
Great,
it?
yes.
All right.
So you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, let's
I am
go.
ready. Let's go.
Well, thank you so much for being here, Mr. Heller. My name is Leanne.
I'm Bo.
Oh, nice to meet you.
They told me I should dress nice, so I wore a button shirt.
Oh, you look fantastic. We're just going to take you on down to this...
Hey, I'm Bo. We'll be on TV.
Okay, we're just going to come down this way and talk a little bit about the show
Is
today.
my wife here?
Yes, she is. She's actually just down the
They
hall.
told me she got a surprise for me. What is it?
Well, I can't tell you that, but we can talk about... Oh, jeez, okay. Well, let's have a little privacy here. Why don't you just have a seat, and we're going to talk about today a little bit. Yes, secret time. This is just between you and me. So, I understand that there's been some tension in your household.
Ladies and gentlemen, the media master of the world, Joey Seller.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to my show, The Joey Sellers Show. Now, folks, you know over the years, we've done some really interesting shows, but today's show, I think, will take the cake. Do we have an interesting show for you today? Let's bring out our first guest, shall we? Miss Elmira Heller. Elmira, come on out, please. Welcome to the show, Miss Heller. May I call you Elmira?
Yes, please.
Great, thank you. And where do you live, Mrs. Heller?
I'm from Slidell, Louisiana.
Slidell, Louisiana. Yeah, nice little town.
Oh, nice town, yeah.
Oh, very good. And what do you do there?
Well, right now I'm a homemaker.
A homemaker, honorable profession, certainly is. Now, ladies and gentlemen in the audience, Mrs. Heller, Elmira, has a surprise for her husband. So let's go ahead and bring him out. Mr. Bo Heller. Bo Heller, please join us on stage. Bo, come on out. Yeah, Bo, just go ahead. Have a seat right down there, please, would you? Now, Bo, I assume that you live with your lovely wife there in Louisiana?
Oh, yeah.
And what do you do for a living there, Mr. Heller?
I work at the Tank and Tummy.
Tank and Tummy? And
Yeah.
that is...
It's a convenience store.
Oh, they're in Slidell?
We offer all Slidell's needs 24 hours a day.
Oh, convenience store, I see. And what do you do there?
I work cash register and also restroom facilities management.
So you check out and clean up. Very good, very good. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I told you this was a show full of surprises, and Mrs. Heller has a surprise for her husband.
Oh.
So, Mrs. Heller, Elmira, please surprise your husband.
Well, Bo, this ain't real easy to say, so I'm just gonna say it. While you were sleeping, I cut out your liver and sold it.
What?
Well, that's how I got the money to buy the home entertainment system that we'd been wanting so bad.
What you talking about?
Well,
woman? You
I
ain't got
just
no
thought it was-
PhD or nothing. You don't know nothing about no liver thing.
Listen, I just called 1-800-TRANSPLANT. They sent me a little 10-page booklet, told me everything I need to know. I had everything I needed in the kitchen, so don't be getting attitude with
Wait
me.
a minute.
No,
now,
I don't
you be
want to
talking
hear it.
like that.
I was trying to make us have a better life. I'm just sick and tired of living the way we've been living.
What's wrong with the way we're living?
Well,
I'll
Bo,
give
we
you
don't have
everything.
nothing.
What you talking about? I got you everything. I got you 3 cars parked out front of the house there for crying out
Well,
loud.
no, they ain't got no tires.
That's all right. I'll get an engine in them too one of these days. You want?
Okay, now, Elmira, please, let me clarify something here. Now, Elmira, you actually cut your husband open and took out a piece of his liver?
Oh, it was just a little cut.
And Bo, you're telling me that you didn't notice?
Well, I got a cut, but she said I was abducted by aliens.
Abducted by aliens.
It could happen.
My viewing audience perhaps watches my show to feel better about themselves. Maybe, perhaps, as when they see my guests go through the pain and the anger and the anguish, my viewing audience can actually feel better about themselves because perhaps their lives aren't as bad as they thought they were. It's a lot like the car wreck syndrome. You're driving down the highway and you see a horrendous car wreck. You will slow down and look, knowing full well that people are suffering, perhaps even dying. But you will slow down and look. And that's what the Joey Sellers show is. It's a self-contained car wreck. Every day you can come in and look at people suffer. You can witness their anguish. You can witness their pain and perhaps feel better about yourself because your life isn't as screwed up as theirs.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, I told you this was a show full of surprises, and we have a surprise for the Hellers. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce our next guest, Mr. Leroy Stitch. Mr. Stitch, would you please join us on stage? There you go. Leroy Stitch knows Mrs. Heller.
Hi, Mara.
How you doing?
Fine, how are you doing?
Now,
Good.
Mr. Stitch, you know Mrs. Heller, is that correct?
Yes,
And so you have something to say to her, is that true?
yes. You have truly been an inspiration to me, and all those nights you came over to my house and you spent, just caring for me and bringing me back to health. That was meant
Now,
the
Mr.
most
Stitch,
to
let
me.
me clarify just for a minute then. Elmira sold you the liver.
What?
For her entertainment center.
But Elmira, I need to tell you something. You know that I love you, darling, but I'm here because I need to return the liver because it doesn't work. So I need my money back, and I brought the liver here. So if you could just...
No, what are you talking about? You need the money back. What do I look like, Scissor and Roebuck? No
There
way.
ain't nothing wrong
You
with
give that
this
back to him. You are not taking that
Yeah, you
liver
take
back.
that back, Mr. Liver
That's a
Boy.
good liver.
The only thing good about this liver is
you
cooking
later.
and eating.
So here's
Oh, you brought your liver. Don't you brought your liver at me.
Ladies and gentlemen, way too often in our society, conflicts are resolved by violence. Isn't it about time we found a better way to resolve our inner conflicts? Ow! Oh, did you get that? Did you get that? Man, that'll boost ratings.
Hopefully our TV audience will be enlightened and entertained. That's what television does. It sells entertainment. It allows people to step out of their lives, see something they wouldn't normally see in their lives. And the Joey Seller Show perhaps entertains them in a better way in that not only are they entertained, but perhaps they're enlightened also.
I think it'd be a good idea if Bo and I got back together again. I'm gonna talk to him about that tonight.
We've been making noodles at the Tearknuckle Food Company for many, many years. But this time, we have decided to branch out and do internationally flavored noodles. So our first one, of course, is choppy noodles, which will be a whole line of different flavors. For instance, we have our Asian flavored noodles, Franco noodles. We also have Mexi noodles, and we're coming out with English tea flavored noodles.
This was something very important to our campaign. Charlotte Brittany, world-famous supermodel. Everybody loves her. You love to look at her. She is the one who is going to convince us that choppy noodles are indeed different and they're something you want to eat.
Making a commercial and making perfection are sometimes a very difficult task because you're bringing so many imperfect things into a situation to make it perfect. Noodles are hanging down from the chopsticks, and what we have is the camera will move in for a close-up, and I can see it back right here, and the bowl will be there.
Yes, what is it?
What is what?
Do you need me?
Oh, yeah, I do. What type of shots do you need for this shoot?
Well, I want something that's going to make her look beautiful, okay? Can you do this?
Yeah, that's not a problem.
Because if you cannot do this, I will get someone else. I worked with Michael Jackson. This is very nice. I like this. I like this. This is very good. But you know what? There's just one thing. It's all wrong. It's all wrong.
Excuse me, have you seen Miss Yvette? Excuse me, sir, have you seen Miss Yvette?
No, I don't know Miss Yvette.
I want to make sure that we have the blueberry muffin
Have
on this.
either one of you seen Miss Yvette?
We're real busy here. So the blueberry muffin.
Who is that woman?
Absolutely. I overnighted it.
Have you seen Miss Yvette?
Charlotte.
Yvette.
Darling.
Oh.
There you are. So nice. We need to get you into makeup.
Oh, I've been looking for you. I've got the new head sheets.
Oh, that's nice. We'll look at those later. Please. We don't photograph Miss Charlotte with no makeup on. She's not ready. Please.
Charlotte,
right this way.
Charlotte Brittany? That was Charlotte Brittany. Charlotte!
Doesn't look like Charlotte Brittany to me.
Was that Charlotte?
Yeah, Charlotte Brittany.
Why hasn't she spoken to me yet?
Miss Charlotte, you were running late today, and now we're going to have to hurry through the makeup. I hope that the hair is going to be all right. That's not rolling, is it?
I had 3 pieces of celery today. I feel so bloated.
Hi, Carlisle. I came to check on how our choppy noodles are coming along, and they look absolutely beautiful. And you're painting them? Plastic spray? How did you cook these, Carlisle?
I'm not a cook. I'm an artist.
Oh.
Oh, Charlotte, darling! Oh, you look divine!
Oh, thank you.
Mwah, mwah. Oh, is that the dress you wore in Cannes?
It is the dress.
Oh,
I can't believe
I
you
knew it.
remembered that.
Yes, okay. Come right over here. All right. Now, let me explain to you what we're going to do.
Okay.
Okay? The table will roll in nice and slowly.
Okay.
You will look at the other foods, but the choppy noodles will be right there. Okay. And I want you to pick them up and look at them with a longing, with a love. Oh, yes, wonderful, wonderful. And then look at the camera. Oh, it is perfect. Oh,
good.
You are so beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, blesses everyone. We're going to run this.
Choppy noodles are really different from any other noodles offered today in the grocery store, mostly because they taste better than the rest of the noodles. And my family truly believes that. We eat choppy noodles all the time. And my cousin Arabella, who works at the Tank and Tummy, she has many choices of microwavable foods to eat there because that's all they carry at the Tank and Tummy. And she told me honestly that she loves choppy noodles the best because they taste the best.
Well, choppy noodles are not really that different from any other noodles, but what our job is to do is to try and make them different from other noodles, or at least make people think that they are different from other noodles. And the way we can do that is in the packaging. We have created a package that people are going to love. They'll see this package, it's got the noodles on the outside, and they're going to buy those things right off the shelves.
And action. Okay, table nice and slow. Oh, maybe, I don't know. No, too fattening. Now you see the noodles. Oh, aren't they beautiful? And cut. Oh, that was great, darling. This time, I need more want. You want these noodles.
I want these noodles.
Exactly. Take two, everyone.
I want these noodles.
What we do is we let people know what it is that they don't have, what they lack in their lives. We let them know that they have a need that they may not even know about. And then after they figure out that they've got that need, they've got that thing that isn't happening in their life, then we let them know what it is that will fill that need and help them to be a whole person again.
Federico, yes. We need to talk.
Is it about the floating noodles?
Yes, it is about the
I
floating
knew you would like that.
Yes, the floating noodles have to go.
What?
We need to get back to the storyboards.
Oh, no, this is
Federico,
impossible.
Federico, we did several focus studies, and you know all about that. There are more people in this country that recognize Charlotte than recognize the President of the United States, okay? We need to get back to that. Packaging and packaging. Charlotte and choppy noodles.
Listen, I am an artist, okay? I have a God-given talent to beautify this world. I am on a mission. I cannot be concerned with this packaging stuff.
Federico, you seem to be mistaking this for art. This is not art. This is advertising. This is not about creativity. This is about advertising. And advertising is about television, and television is a business.
Suddenly you see this package of these beautiful noodles, and it doesn't really matter what's on the inside. It's all about the experience of fantasy.
Wonderful, wonderful, darling. Okay, for this next shot, I want you to take these chopsticks and pick up a couple of noodles with some vegetables and ever so seductively put them into your mouth, okay? It'll be wonderful.
Wait, you didn't tell me she had to eat them.
I don't know how to use chopsticks. My agent never told me anything about using chopsticks.
We have to use chopsticks. What are you doing? What are all these
You just have to get a hand model. This is the thing that we...
I think that if we use a hand model, Stu does that, Myra. It's going to be good. Just use the hand model.
Okay. All right, everyone. We will use a hand model, and we will shoot it tomorrow. Okay? Places, everyone.
I want these noodles.
We need to have people look at this and say, oh, that is glamour, that's fantasy, that's dreams.
Well, what of these hands are glamorous to you, huh?
I don't know. I don't think they're quite right.
They're not right at all.
The fingernail polish looks a little burgundy and her dress is red. I think that the fingernail polish needs to match. They don't look like they'd fit on a fashion model.
They look like man's hands.
I agree. They do look like man's hands.
They have a feminine edge.
I want these noodles.
I don't know, Fernando. I really don't like those.
Well,
I don't think those will work.
No.
Okay, Miss P-Buckle, we'll only like the hands that you like, okay?
It's tear knuckle, dear, and I'm sure we have some other choices, don't we?
Yes, let's go to the next ones. I don't like these. These are not going to work.
And she's so pale, you know. I think they really need to be more like the color of her skin.
Myra's right on this, Federico.
If you're going to go with the boring way, yes. But okay.
Well, won't it look funny if she has different color hands?
No one will notice.
It will look funny, Myra. We need to look at some other ones. We're the ones with red nails. Now this says glamour.
Well, and those look like her hands. The skin tone matches.
Are nice.
The fingernail polish, it's beautiful.
You think so too, Miss Pinochle?
Well, yes, Fernando. I think I would
so
like
are
those.
we decided?
Yes.
These are the hands. Okay, let's go with this.
I want these noodles.
Okay, now we will add the clouds to make the fantasy complete.
Oh, yeah.
It is beautiful.
That's right. This works. This is fantasy.
I didn't think you could do that with television. That's just beautiful.
People are going to love this.
Oh, and she is so beautiful. She makes the noodles look beautiful too.
If Charlotte is eating choppy noodles and a woman who is sitting at home with the laundry and the kids sees Charlotte on there with a bowl of choppy noodles, that woman is going to know that if she goes out and gets some choppy noodles herself, her life can be every bit as glamorous as Charlotte Brittany's. Now, you've also got the guy who's kind of sitting on the plaid couch and, you know, nothing's going on in his life except the TV. He sees Charlotte Brittany in a beautiful gown having choppy noodles. He's going to feel like if he gets some choppy noodles, he's no longer alone on that plaid couch. He's got Charlotte Brittany sitting right next to him.
Charlotte Brittany is the most perfect woman in the world.
I want
Nick, we've got a problem. Our ratings are dipping, and I've set up a meeting this afternoon with our media consultant. I think it would be helpful if you could be there to see if we could make some improvements in the evening news.
All right, I'll see if I can find the
Stephanie,
time.
don't be late. We need to get
All right.
started on our production.
Thank
Be
you,
right
Del. I'll be right there. Stephanie, I wanted to talk to you about this news program we have. We don't have our lead story yet. We're going to get you out there.
Story. There's nothing happening.
Well,
What do you want?
something will happen. I'll tell you, I got to get my notebook. I'll be right there.
Fine. People, it's a slow news day, so we're going to have to get to work to find something of interest. Have we got any accidents, car accidents? Have we got anything with blood?
What about this bond thing? Look, we can
We need a
send somebody out
car
to Rocky
accident
Mountain
or
Arsenal.
a touchy-feely. What do you got?
Boy in a well?
Well, unfortunately, we don't have any fresh murders.
Nick, have we picked up anything on the police scan?
I don't even know if they're on. I haven't heard a blip.
Here's a man fried to death in a tanning bed.
Oh, that's nice.
That's interesting. Could be good.
A good sale on rump roasts.
Legislative update, boring.
Does anybody have any kids in trouble? Anybody?
Is there anything else we want to look at?
What about that
I'd like to look at
shelter
her.
that closed down?
Shelter.
You heard about that shelter?
Closing a homeless shelter. Oh, now there we go. That could be something very. The
It is closed. Yeah, south of town.
That's right. And there's a storm.
Yeah.
There's a storm coming in tonight.
Good. Snow, people on the streets. That's great. I love it.
Good visuals of the vapor coming out. Oh, good.
Who can we put on that one?
Clifford is perfect for that one. He's covered those types of stories plenty of times, and our ratings have just shot right through the ceiling. You know, he gets all the breath coming out. You know,
Good.
People suffering. It's excellent.
There we go, people.
Guys, this just came in on the scanner. There's a fire up in the Ornstein building up on 14th. We might want to check it out.
Yes.
That is it.
There we go.
All right,
What we're looking
Stephanie,
for.
this is
Oh,
your
got our
story.
story.
All right, I'm going to get you the best photog we can get on this.
Oh, that's
You're
my
perfect
guy.
for the story writing, all right?
Carl.
Lots of action,
Carl is the
lots of
best guy. He's the
information.
best guy.
To the
He's the
camera,
best guy.
baby. Oh, Carl, there he is. Carl, come on over here. Got a story for you, 5th and Main, a fire. Hit it with Stephanie, lots of action. See if you can get the clothes on fire, something like that.
Now, what we want to do is take the big van for this, okay? Oh, can we get a special lens for this?
Yeah,
Great. Hey, by the way, did I tell you everyone about the monkey and the goat cheese? Oh, you're gonna love it.
Okay. Now, Nick, you see that the Joey Sellers show is way up and y'all are way down. Now, why do you suppose that is?
Well, the only thing I can consider is the fact that they sell violence and, you know, they're yelling and screaming and running around and beating each other up, whereas we cover real crimes. We cover real murders. We cover real arson, hard news, hard stories.
News you can use.
That's
Yeah,
right.
but you know, the news is not about the news. If you want to talk about the news, you do it on your own time. Right now, we are talking about getting people to watch. And how do we do that? We entertain them. We show them what they want to see. If you want to do news, you just go do news, but no one will be watching.
Well, if they're not watching, it doesn't matter.
Exactly. If they're not watching, how do you get them to know the news? Okay? I'm not a news person, and I'm not a journalist. I never studied journalism. I started as an event planner. I planned big events for people like Nike and, you know, things like that. And I got to know, for example, what people like to see as fun, the colors that they like, the images that they like, the things that excite people and make them want to watch and want to stay there. And so when I learned all that doing event planning, I moved into media consulting. And I found that, well, all the skills that I had learned there really work here as a media consultant.
So the monkey says, no, I'm rubber, you're glue. Isn't that great?
That's great.
Oh, there it is, there it is. Oh, this big truck too. Oh, you smell that?
Smoke?
That's our Emmy, baby, our Emmy.
Oh.
This is gonna be bigger than our Michael Jackson expose.
Oh.
Now you wanna make sure you stay with me, okay?
Yes.
Okay, and go. Okay, now what I want, Carl, is plenty of shots of the truck. Okay, you want to make sure you get the truck. And we want to make sure that we get the actual fire, the actual smoke. Okay? All right. Hello, gentlemen. I'm Stephanie Cruz with KCAT. Who's in charge of the situation?
The officer in charge is inside.
Great. Thank you. It was nice meeting you. Okay, Carl, you ready? How's my hair? Great.
My background is as a journalist, and so I have a real interest in trying to provide stories that are meaningful and in-depth. But when you're looking at a news broadcast like First Report, we only have 8 minutes to tell the story of the news between the weather and the sports and all of the commercials. We have 8 minutes. Now, you can't get real in-depth if you only have 8 minutes.
Well, one thing that really fascinates people on the news is blood. People love to see accidents and violence. They love that. And so one thing that I have suggested to KCAT that they have followed through with is to really go out and chase those fire trucks. When they hear that there's a fire going on, chase them. See what they find out. Be the first people on the scene so that if they are the first people on the scene, perhaps they'll run into something bloody. People will want to see that. They're excited by that. And it looks real good on the screen, too.
We've located the hose to the fire. This is like following breadcrumbs here. I believe, yes, up front we see someone from the fire department. Are you with me, Carl?
Yeah.
Great. Hi, I'm Stephanie Cruz from KCAT. Can we get an interview?
Sure.
Great. Can you tell me, how did this fire get started?
Microwave popcorn.
Popcorn, what do you mean?
Well, apparently somebody thought that they had burned their popcorn when in fact it was actually on fire when they threw it in the wastebasket, started some other papers on fire, and we got here as quick as we could and put the fire out.
But the fire could have been a lot worse, so wouldn't you agree?
Oh, absolutely. You know, any time that we are called to a fire, we have to proceed with extreme caution because we never really know, what to expect when we enter the premises.
However, this situation does bring up certain issues about our local city codes as regards to fires. Do you think that microwaves are safe in the workplace?
I believe so, if they're used responsibly. But in this case, I think it was just a mere example of someone just not being responsible and reading easy directions on the back of a box, so we had to come all the way here, and there was just a little fire in the wastebasket, but it's under control.
I see. Well, thank you very much for your time. Okay.
Thank you.
I think we're done.
Thank you.
Excuse me a moment. This is Nick.
Hi, Nick. It's me. Well, we have no story here.
What do you mean there's no story?
Well, apparently the whole thing started over some microwave popcorn. I don't know what to do.
Okay, look, I don't care what you do. You've just got to make a story. We've been promoting this all day.
The promo department. Well, the only thing I can think of is maybe doing an expose on the local fires or safety codes. How's that?
That's great. Okay, stay on it, Steph. I'm sorry. Where were we?
Well, there goes our Emmy up in smoke. Why don't you go ahead and just get me some footage, some big footage of the truck. Boys, leave your jackets on. I'm gonna need some shots of you. Yeah, hi, it's Stephanie. Yeah, I'm gonna need some file footage. Some big fire. Yes, some dramatic stuff. Great.
5-0. Shelters.
Yes.
Shelters.
Yeah, that's good.
No.
What?
Stop that. You have to stop that because it's depressing.
Really?
It is winter. It is snowing. Oh. We don't want to hear about that. Now just stop it, okay? Stop depressing the people. We do not want to hear about shelters.
Oh, you're right.
Okay.
I hadn't thought about that. Now that's...
Excuse me just a moment.
Oh, no, don't tell me.
Well, just a little story on shelters.
Yeah, Clifford, this is Nick. I want you to wrap up that assignment. Just come on in. That's right. Bag it and tag it. All right.
We're good.
Okay. Great, thank you. I'm pleased as punch that I caught you.
Oh, good timing.
Okay. Now, I think that's it.
Wonderful. Oh, this has just been so helpful, Marie.
Good.
Excellent.
Okay.
Good.
I'll leave you some pie charts.
Well, I guess since they dropped the shelter story, it's just up to me and you.
You can do it.
Great. Let's take a look at the tape, the file footage. Oh, this is great. Oh, we can definitely make something out of this.
All right, crew, let's get together now.
We're on in 3. Have you seen Carter?
Carter, no. Actually, there he is right
very
there.
good, okay. Hey, Carter.
Yeah.
Listen, we got that crime story coming up, and I want to talk to you about your, talk about your presentation style, okay? Right. Some focus groups have come back and let us know that on the crime-type stories, you're a little bit too hard. You know, it's a little too depressing. We're about ratings, buddy, you know? So come on a little lighter, maybe show the pearly whites once in a while. Not too much, though. They'll think you're laughing at them, okay? So keep the energy up, keep the stories going. It's looking good, feeling good. All right, well, one other thing. Our media consultant let us know from a focus group she did last week, the ties, I know it's your favorite, but they gotta go. The colors are offensive to our viewers. So lose the tie. I got a solution, don't worry about it. Just put that one on. And don't forget to take the earring out of your ear. Good evening, Natalie. Jackie. Good to see you, have a great show.
The way people look is vital. There is no reason for someone to tune into the news and look at someone that they don't wanna look at. So we need to make sure that the anchors stay in really good shape. And not only that, they have to look great. I mean, they need to look sophisticated. They also need to look friendly. They need to look like it's your next door neighbor, only your next door neighbor that's really good looking.
Okay, yeah, we need to shade that camera, please.
Okay, everybody, A30 is dead. Strike
it. Okay, everybody, A30 is dead.
That's the one.
You know we're less than a minute to air.
Yeah, it'll take a second here. Hey, Carter here. Yeah.
We need more mayhem in this show.
Okay, and stand by. Let's get this puppy in gear. Coming out of commercial in 3, 2, 1. Roll open. And we are up and live. We're going to dissolve into 2 out of this. We have 20 seconds to the floor. Hey, where did Carter get that new tie?
We have the file footage of the person.
No, wait. She sold his liver for home entertainment.
10 seconds to the floor. Ready to dissolve in 2.
Did she get anything else?
4, 3, 2, 1. Liftoff.
Good evening. Welcome to First Report from KCAT. I'm Jackie Justin.
And I'm Carter Landis. How are you tonight? Terrified.
That's how residents at a downtown high-rise felt today as a fire brought them to the brink of tragedy. Stephanie Cruz was there at the outset of this important story and continues to monitor the situation as it progresses. She joins us now live from the scene. Stephanie?
Today, a fire threatened to burn out of control in the downtown area. Thankfully, no one was hurt, but this puts in question our own city fire codes. Are they strict enough? And are they protecting you? Could a fire start in your neighborhood? Firemen rushed to the scene when the call came in that smoke was engulfing the second-floor office. I talked to the officer in charge.
You know, any time that we are called to a fire, we have to proceed with extreme caution because we never really know, what to expect when we enter the premises.
Proof that the fire department takes every blaze seriously, as we all should. And the people who work in this building are happy to be alive tonight. Back to you, Carter.
Stephanie, do you think there's any reason to believe this building is the target of arson?
Not at this time, but that fear, of course, should never be taken lightly. I'm Stephanie Cruz, reporting to you live for KCAT News. Back to you.
Well, there are several theories about what television is selling. There are people who will tell you that what we're selling on television is programming, whether that's entertainment or news. There are people who will tell you that what we're actually selling is product on the commercials. What we are actually doing is creating programming that is so exciting and visual that we keep you watching so that we can sell you, the viewer, to the advertiser.
This program was made possible by a grant from the Colorado Trust, with additional support provided by Kaiser Permanente's Educational Theater Program.